Welcome back to Daytime, everybody. Remote learning has given us a little bit of a distraction from an important issue that has become prevalent and only more important in the last decade, and that is school safety. Our next guest wants to make sure we are ready to tackle it head on. We return. We now welcome author of Education in a Violent World, a practical guide to keeping our kids safe, Dr. Steve Webb. Doctor, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, see, you're an educator and you are currently on law enforcement, so that already is a very unique position that you are in.
It is a unique position, but it's a position that I believe is very important to understanding both the education side of what our children are going through and law enforcement, understanding that we have to protect them at all costs.
So this book is already an Amazon bestseller, and what is it that you're trying to convey to people reading? Is it for both schools and parents to read?
Absolutely. It's for anybody to read that's not growing up in this 21st century virtual world. I mean, our kids are experiencing so many different things at so many different levels, but then yet we bring them back into a school and treat them like a herd of age groups rather than individual kids. And that's got to change if you want to stop school violence.
So 2019 statistically was the worst year we've ever had when it comes to school shootings, and now 2020 took a dip, but would you argue that when we get back for 2021, it might go right back to where we were in 2019?
I think it's going to be worse. Mental health's taking a beating. Predators are really utilizing this remote learning and the fact that kids are really yearning to be back in public, so they're allowing people into their lives, into their bedrooms through virtual means that they may never have done before. And that's going to establish relationships that are going to carry over to when we go back into public.
And I know that sounds dramatic, and it is. No one wants to think about it like that. But the good news is, even though that may be increasing, so is the amount of research that we put into protecting our kids as well, with people like Dr. Steve Webb, who make it their mission to save our children. So for you, when you do public speaking, what is it you're advocating and teaching people when you go into schools?
Well, when I go into conferences with teachers or administrators or school boards, the message is all the same. These kids are living a different life. Why are we treating them like the kids of yesterday when we should be treating them like the adults of tomorrow? Our schools were designed in the early 1900s. They were designed for herd mentality, herds of age groups. Kids are experiencing so many different things thanks to technology that we need to treat them like the individuals they are and quit standardized testing all of these kids on some arbitrary norm.
Okay, so for 2021, what do you think schools should do next?
Well, the first thing they need to do is, with every child that walks through that door, understand the baggage that they're bringing in. They need to understand that these kids are bringing in things that they learned through social media, through their technology, the virtual remote learning, that they're going to be bringing into our hallways, and then we're going to bunch them up in a very dangerous position. We need to understand that they are individuals, and their social emotional learning is more important than this reading and math right now.
So if people want to contact you, Dr. Webb, how can they do so?
They can call my toll-free number, 877-453-SAFE, that's 7233, or my website at drstevewebb.com, and they can call anytime. I'll speak to any group because I can't do it alone. I need them.
Are you doing it virtual as well?
I've been doing some virtual workshops, and I'm working on a training now that's virtual so they can get it in their homes.
It's really remarkable you made this your mission to make sure that everyone can feel safe when they send their kids on the bus in the morning.
Well, the thing about it is could you learn, could you focus if you were scared at all points of the time?
I couldn't do it when I wasn't scared all the time. I can't imagine what it's like now.
Correct, and the attention spans are worse because kids can get snippets of information immediately. They don't have to rely on that teacher to give them all their information. So that attention span is worse. We need to understand that whenever they come in the door, we need to provide them more than just reading and math.
And you understand that, Dr. Steve Webb. We really appreciate your time. Thank you for coming down here. Thank
you so much for having me.
No problem, everyone. And you can visit drstevewebb.com with 2 B's, or you can call 1-877-453-SAFE. That is SAFE. That's 1-877-453-7233. In Daytime, we'll be right back.